Hey guys, this is John, and welcome to another Clock as a Weapon video. I'm playing, a familiar foe, Vladimir Danilov. Let's play the Ruy Lopez. In this very first game, I played this player in one of the previous using the Clock as a Weapon videos. Let's castle here. Attacking this pawn, h3. Black can often play h5. It's a fishing pole idea, but no, bishop h5. Okay, I don't know the theory here. Other than g4 taking, I know that this is correct. But I am adrift at this point. So let's see what happens. Let's go knight f3. This is too dangerous for black, so they're not going to take the pawn. Hope you're all enjoying the holidays. It is Christmas Eve as I'm recording this. Pretty late at night, 11 p.m. What else is new for me? Okay, g4 is under attack. I could play g5. Let's try it. This does weaken my structure a little bit, but I'm looking to stabilize over the next few moves. But I want to wish you the very best over the holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate anything at all. I just hope you're well. And I know this is especially hard for people who are maybe not spending this time with family. So I want to give a special shout out to those viewers as well. We're going to play 5 games in this session, as usual. The good, the bad, and the ugly. We don't censor anything on this channel. So if I take an ugly loss, you guys are going to know about it immediately. It's all part of the process, right? Okay, rook e1. So my opponent castled queenside. And I am up a pawn here still, but granted this looks shaky. I need to keep g5 and h3 under control. I need to keep the g4 square under control. Let's see where this goes. Time management looking okay here. That would be a Christmas miracle if I was able to manage my clock for the duration of this game and this series. Okay. Maybe queen f4 here. I'm liking this post for the queen. Hits this pawn. Black might try to go after this. I wouldn't be surprised to see that soon. Okay. I have ideas like knight e5. I could play queen g4, forcing the queens off too. I kind of like that move, guys. I think I'm going to do that. I know that's an unorthodox looking move, but given the potential danger to my king and the fact that I'm up a pawn, a queen trade should be very good for me here. Now again, I think the action is going to take place around these guys. h3, I wonder how that actually helps black, because this is not a concern. Okay. Let's just continue developing. I guess black's going to go here, but I can go after that pawn on h3. This is looking great. This bishop is a spectator. This is a big pawn right now. It's just hitting against granite. Has no scope. I harp on this constantly on my channel. You guys know this, but if your opponent has a bishop of one color remaining, just a lone bishop, it's often great for you to put your pawns on that same color. Okay, is knight b4 an issue? Let's just put a stop to knight b4 right quick. Black probably should have played that on the previous move. I actually completely overlooked that, but there's no rush to take this pawn. It's going to fall of its own accord. So let's play a3 first. I'm up over 30 seconds. This is my game for the taking, guys. Fundamental quick play is going to easily win this. But again, that's conditional on me doing the right things, always. Okay, take. He might have c4 at the end, some tricks. Let's play another helpful move here. We're going to go knight f3. Let's go here. Okay, knight e5 looks decent here. Taking also looks decent. I think it's time to take this pawn. Let's do it. He's going to go for c4 after the trade, but I think I can play knight e5 at that point. No, he's not going to go for that. Okay. Well, let's jump up. Hold this bishop hostage. Rook e6 or rook e8. I think I'm going to play f4 at that point. Because f6 is unplayable for black, so we might as well squeeze the opponent here. And we're going to get our first win. Takes. All right. Awesome. So, yeah, this is a variation where black can play this way. Bishop h5, affording me the opportunity to play g4. Now, normally you wouldn't want to do this. You wouldn't want to move 2 pawns in front of your king in this manner, but the fact that I'm winning the pawn and bishop takes e4, rook e1 is too risky for black with the alignment. That's what this hinges on. The main move for the record is h5, by the way. I played the black side of this position. This is a fishing pole idea. Some of you may know this, but the plan is to give up the piece for the pawn. But if white gets greedy, black's going to launch an attack down the h-file, and a decisive attack at that, because queen h1 or h2 is a checkmate threat. And f3, trying to create an escape square in the case the queen comes here or here, is met by g3, slamming the door. And this will be lights out. So there is theory after h5. I would have played d3 and then either knight bd2 or bishop e3. But if you're curious, that's how the game goes. All right, back in there. Train like champ, 2604. Okay, let's play e5. Let's play the King's English. Okay, go knight f6, e3. How to play against this? Not quite sure, so let's play bishop e4. When in doubt, play fast, especially if the position is non-critical. So my opponent's going to get the bishop pair here, but this is fine. b4, all right. Let's go bishop f5. Just develop my pieces actively. Could also go for a fianchetto, but I see no need right now. Maybe I'll throw this move in. Yeah, why not? Let's see where that queen goes. It's probably going to go back to c1. And now, let's go a5. Let's just try to get white to commit to this, I'm thinking. Weakens the c5 square if white does, so. Okay, d3 played. Maybe knight g5 here. Let's try that. Just to potentially overload this bishop, having to observe both f3 and d3. Okay. Could sack a piece, but I don't think it's worth it. Let's play knight e7, they take. Let's go knight b8. This looks a little awkward, but I'm going to try for this reroute. I'm not sure the knight's all that good on e7. It also would have blocked my queen, so let's try this way. And next, I might take here. It depends. It's a common phrase in chess. It depends. All right, yeah, let's take if he's willing to. Oh, and he's going to go after b7. Okay, he's letting me take this pawn. Somehow I feel good about this development, so let's take him up on that. Maybe I can even sack the exchange here. That would be interesting. Let's do it. In the interest of playing for the initiative, let's allow him to capture, because I love my light square presence here. This bishop preventing his king and rook from coordinating. He's not even going to take it yet. So now probably knight c5. And I wonder if my opponent's going to go queenside. Would not be surprised if he goes this way. But this bishop is still going to be slicing through the position, importantly. I can take on g2 now. That's probably not a bad idea. Yeah. Let's play like this. So if he takes here, this rook is hanging. I'm thinking rook here. I take here, and same situation, and I'm covering the f1 square. And this bishop, maybe I'll retreat it, but I'd also love to have time to play a4 and knight b3. This is looking good. But a lot of game left here. Notice again, my opponent has a dark square bishop. I love these pawns on dark squares. If not for that pawn on e5, I'm getting mated. So, of course, I love it. But, again, I don't want to play this move. Okay. If I take f2, he's going to take b3. Maybe here now. Yeah, let's go here. There's this possibility now that there's no bishop to worry about. There's maybe queen takes f2, although if he kicks me with the rook, I can't actually take now that I think about it. Don't think so, at least. So maybe here. Yeah. Possible queen b1 ideas. Just a nightmare for my opponent on the light squares. No pun intended, but yeah, just a lot for him to think about. He just resigned. Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting that, but this position does look clearly better for me, if not winning. Let me just check. Yeah, this is -4. Let's see what the engine thinks about that exchange sacrifice. Yeah, take. And I like this exchange sacrifice even more because of the time control. So, okay, the engine's not... It's not super taken on it compared to Rook A7. It does think Rook A7 is a little bit better, but you see the eval doesn't differ very much, and black seems at least equal here, roughly speaking. So, yeah, the initiative in a fast game of chess is so important. The faster the time control, the more the initiative, the more the attack matters. What side is creating threats? Because it's way easier to attack than defend for the most part. So you have to have good defensive and offensive skills in chess, but yeah, I would play this position any day. F3, even if white plays this, which is probably the best move, stopping queen takes g2 and allowing this, white's king is going to be in constant jeopardy. And now here, note that the engine wants me to play f6, another pawn on a dark square. That may allow me to play e4 in the future. Every single pawn on a dark square, opposing the queen and the bishop, not letting that battery unleash on the long diagonal. All right, next game. Slow pots are getting a nice mix of opponents here. d4 this time. Let's play g6 on move 1. I sometimes play this way. Let's go d6. H3. Okay. H3. I'm going to play... Let's go for e5. Okay. Maybe f5? I mean, given the way my opponent has played, I don't mind playing like this. And then perhaps this to allow for knight c5. This is a typical development in this type of setup. We'll play h6 first. Ooh. Well, I may have to take this opportunity to extend all the way into my opponent's position. Let's do it. This bishop looks entombed, again, by some pawns here. Okay. Let's go a5. I'll play bishop d7. He might just play this back. I think he's going to play for this and this long term. We'll start crawling forward on this side of the board. b6. I don't mind if he gives up his dark square bishop. I think that would be fine for me. And let's keep going. Look at this position. This is real interesting. Full-scale pawn warfare going on here, guys. Now, do I continue to press with g3? That would be the cramping thing to do. But he is ready for b4. That's pretty clear. Looking at ideas like knight h5 as well. Pausing for just a moment here. Don't want to think too much. Let's go here. I'm thinking this. If he goes b4, we'll retreat. Okay. Let's take that once. Now, check seems pretty decent because I want to go knight g5 next. I want to make this bishop relevant too. That is going to be important. But first, let's lean on the weaknesses. Maybe queen f1. Queens generally don't like defending pawns like that, but I wonder if he goes queen f1, if I can take and then bishop h3. And how does he continue defending f3? I think I'm going to win a pawn. So something may have to give. White may have to capture here. Could maybe move this knight to c1 to have the queen defending that way, but that looks sketch. So there's a clear difference in the pawns. White is pressing on this side of the board. They have more space. That's the direction their structure is pointing. But I am making great progress over here. And clearly white's king is in a very awkward position too. So let's go here. I think that pawn is just lost. And this construction does not impress. Actually preventing white's king from coming over this direction. So this looks dire for white. I would play bishop a4 here, I think, if I were him. Plays bishop d3. I think I'm just winning a piece now. Take, and I can go pick up this bishop. Yeah, no reason to do much else, right? Take. He has a check here, which I'm just now seeing. Actually, was that check? I didn't see this until after I played knight takes g1, but if he checks like this, king e7 to have the bishop defend, he checks here. Oh, that's a little awkward for me. Oh, no, I can go queen g7 or bishop g7. That's very important. But I ideally should have seen that check before I played knight takes g1. I like how my knight went to one of the squares that white's knight started on. So a full journey to the g1 square. Okay. Yeah, I just don't like this strategy for white. If you're going to play bishop g5, I think after h6 you got to trade the bishop for the knight, whereupon I would probably take with the queen. But getting the bishop buried like that did not look wise. White had to work very, very hard to do this. And just remember that rule of thumb that the pawn structure typically points to the side of the board that you want to play on. So for me, I've got this structure going here. I also have a mini structure over here, connected pawns. But predominantly my pawns are pointed towards the king side, and that's where I'm lining up this pawn break. A pawn break is where you attack your opponent's pawns, ideally more than one pawn, so that you can ensure that lines will become open. They can't ignore you. They can't close it down. If white pushes one pawn past, I'll always have the option of taking the other pawn. You're trying to leverage open lines and use your space advantage and have your pieces flow into the position and cause problems. And white broke with b4 on the other wing. So remember, white's pawns are more pointed towards the center and kind of the queen side as well. With this going on, this is a typical break, but I got there faster. This happens a lot in King's Indian formations. There's this queen side versus king side pawn storm battle. All right, so 2 more games left. Back in the pool. Okay, TJ wide chess. Let's play e4 again. 28-26. Wow, okay. Well, should I play another Ruy Lopez? Let's play a main line this time. I'm not going to bore you completely with exchange variations. I don't want to do that to you guys. Okay, let's play the main line c3. And why don't I go d4? Black can play bishop g4 here. This is one of the principal variations. But let's just see what happens. Knight takes e4, there's bishop d5. Attacking both knights. Yep, I believe that is the main move. Bishop c2, knight c4. I think I go bishop c1. I'm just playing this off of instinct and some recollection of how this goes, but yeah, largely just winging this, guys. Maybe b3 here. Yeah, let's play that, b3. And do I keep the tension or push past? I think let's keep the tension. Reinforce the center, huh? Go here. Bobby Fischer's games are great for learning the Ruy Lopez if you're interested in this opening. I would also highly recommend the Soviet player Leonid Stein, S-T-E-I-N. He had a fantastic record on the white side of the Ruy Lopez. So 2 great players to look at. G4 is a consideration, but I kind of like probing with A4. Maybe D5. The time may have come for D5, but is there anything wrong with this? Now let's play it. Okay. All right, I'm going to play D5 at this point. I'm just getting a little nervous about this C-file pressure. So let's do it now. I'm at a time disadvantage here, so got to pick it up against this guy. He's a good player. Let's take once. I'm going to attack this pawn. If c4, I feel like taking and I can win a pawn. Could play queen d7, although that looks a little awkward because he'd prefer the knight to be there. I would love to see b5 because that surrenders control of squares like b5 and c4 in particular. So I think this is a good move. He does play that. All right. Now maybe bishop a6 or bishop b5, kind of probing. Well, let's first play this move. There's probably no rush. Just get out of the pin. He takes. Wow. Does he want c4? Is that the point? Don't think that works, though. I'm confused what his idea is here. Yeah. Okay, let's bring this back now. And next, I am going to try to double up on the A file. Pick up the speed. Important. Maybe here? Yeah, let's do this. Some long-term pressure going on here. Nice. Play the bishop in. Ah, blundered that. Right after I move, I saw that. Oh. Yeah, that's an annoying one. Okay, but continue playing fast. Still might have a decent position. Maybe I can go here. My queen got caught undefended. Still interesting, though, because these knights are not very well placed. Strong I am here. Tense game. Just going to go bishop f8. Yep. All right, let's go f4. I'm thinking this. Try to challenge. I'm going to go here. Let's just see how they react to that. And take here next. Okay. Go after this guy. Okay. Which way to take? Let's take like this. Time scramble. Oh, he blundered. Okay. That was a panicky decision by my opponent. Okay. Oh, that's a blunder too. All right. Oh! That was a repetition? I thought I had won that. Oh, I can't believe we repeated that so fast. King G2. It's always 3 positions. Oh, that hurts. I thought I was going to go 5 out of 5 tonight. I thought tonight, Christmas Eve, was 5 out of 5, but no. Yeah, it's always 3 positions, guys, so this is the first time, or actually this might be the first time. Oh no, he was moving the king. Yeah, it was 3 times with the king on G2 in this configuration. Brutal. Just had to play a different move like knight F6. And I'm going to guess that one or both of us has a auto-claim draw on, where if the position does happen 3 times, it just claims it automatically. Oh, brutal. That's tough. Yeah, I came back nicely here. I think I found some good moves after I lost the pawn. He did well to spot knight takes d5. And he's somewhat worse, but yeah, he defended tenaciously and found knight takes d5, whereupon I think I am losing a pawn here. But I'm proud of myself that I hung in there, and I found some good active moves. I didn't let this majority get too active. And with Black's knight on b8, they always had issues, and I think by the time we get here, I'm probably close to winning. I don't think I played it very well after this. Maybe winning is a stretch, but I gotta believe with these pieces on their starting squares, and maybe a move like this being possible here, and also this and going after the pawn, I gotta believe this is pretty bad for Black. but time was the most important thing here. TJY chess. I don't think I played this player before. Jing Yao Tin. Okay. Yep, that was our first game. All right, well, good game. Let's see who we get for the final game. One more, guys. I'm trying to search a game, but it's not letting me. Let's try a different window. There we go. Okay. Back in the pool. Two strong GMs going at it here. Darius Swiertz and who is this? Francesco Rambaldi? Yes. Okay. I see these guys playing a fair amount. Actually, Daro94 just played in the U.S. Chess Championship qualifier. Anything else I can say about this game while we have a brief pause? No. Let's play e4 again. All right, and I'll play the open Sicilian. Okay, let's play the Meraxi bind. My opponent's playing the Khan. The Khan is a tough one. I like playing it myself. So good opening. Now, knight c6, this is an active move. Often the knight will go to d7 instead, though, because with the knight on c6, I do have this plan of going here and then knight d5. So let's see what my opponent does about that. Yeah, he maneuvers. Now, f4 seems principled here. I'm going to dare my opponent to take. I don't think they are. I think they're going to go knight g4. Oh, but I can't go bishop g1. Ooh. I thought I could go here, but I dropped this pawn. Well, let's go here instead. This might be a little loose now, but I was hoping that my opponent's knight configuration was awkward. I am threatening e5, but the fact that this knight is undefended makes me nervous. Definitely makes me nervous here. Knight e2, ugh, drops e4. Don't know if I want to allow a check. This is already tricky. Here, maybe? Let's try this. I got to make a decision. And this is not the type of position you want to get caught thinking for 45 seconds in. It's already potentially sketchy, so just make a move, live with the consequences. Okay. e5 or bishop d3. Let's go bishop d3. I know I might just lose this pawn, but I'm hoping that black is reticent to give up the dark square bishop. They may not want to do that. Guys, when I hit my stride and blitz, I play some really, really strong chess. And I think if I was concentrating on this time control, I would be well over 2,700. Doesn't matter because I'm not. This is an interesting move. But I just wanted to say that I'm feeling good about the way I'm playing. e5 maybe? Yeah, let's do this. Attack the knight. Wow. Piece sack time. Okay. I see you. Now, let's take it. Bishop takes here. I might go bishop e4. I feel like that's the way to play this because that light square bishop is a pretty valuable piece, and I'm willing to let them take to get it. I need to shore up some squares. Plays f3. Wow. Okay, queen g3 is an issue. That might just be a good move. Ooh, yeah, that might be a really good move by my opponent. I gotta confess, I didn't see that. Oh, and f2 is a threat too. Man. Man. Am I gonna have to sack my queen here? Because this is losing. Big trouble, guys. Can I go here? I don't feel like I'm going to survive this, but I got to try. You can take here. Oh, and this is hanging too. Okay, there's a lot of problems here, guys. Yeah, I'm totally busted in this position. Just takes the rook now, but we'll continue fighting. It's still messy. Oh, I got this idea. Wow. Queen here? Could this possibly... I guess check and goes takes the pawn. Unbelievable. Well, probably not so unbelievable given the position I have. Yeah, I guess I'll just take this. Might as well. Here. Everything loses. So let's go here. If he checks on e1, I'll go to h2. Got to do it. He could blunder now. If he pushes f2, I can take. Okay. He seems somewhat oblivious to this. He can go queen g3 now. Oh, or that. Or he can mate me. Yeah, I don't think I had a defense at the end. No, this is too far gone. All right, well, yeah, I scored half out of 2 in the remaining 2 games. I think in this one, I was a little too loose with f4. I actually wonder, I'm not too familiar with the theory in this exact position. Even though I play the con myself, I don't play it with knight c6. So I wonder what the theory is there. Let's check. This all looks pretty normal. Lines. No. Explore. That's what we want. A3 is played to stop bishop b4, and it's just a generally helpful move in these positions. Okay, so yeah, b6 is the top move here, going for the fianchetto immediately, but black is playing knight c6 a fair amount. White more often plays bishop e2. Pretty good stats for black, although a low number of games. Yeah, f4 is probably just a mistake. The engine doesn't hate it, but it likes bishop e2 better. That does seem like a safer option, because this I'm not really concerned about. If ever black takes that pawn, they walk right into a buzzsaw like this. Pressure, hitting the queen, knight c7 check. So a lot of issues there. So yeah, I think I got too overambitious with f4. And now I just need to make a queen move to defend the bishop. Yeah, bishop d2, and all of a sudden after bishop c5, it's rough. Knight f2 is a funny move here. The engine wants to play. Knight f2, and then take the knight next. This is still unclear, and here I could have played e5 or queen f3. Okay, the immediate e5. And g5 is really creative, trying to get at this g3 square. But clearly, my opponent got the better of me in these complications. You do see this move sometimes in the Sicilian, by the way. Queen f3 or knight e2. Yeah, looks like e5 is now mistimed, thanks to this awesome idea. Takes, and then... Okay, well, even here, f3 immediately is apparently better. There was just a lot of mistakes back and forth, but my opponent had a better grasp of the position than I did. Here I need to play rook f1. It's just messy. Rook f1's a tough move. f3 was a nice find, though. After f3, I felt like I was losing. Yeah, and when I did this, I didn't even see that the rook on c1 was hanging. But, barring some disaster by black, me sneaking in queen d6, queen e7, safe to say that they're winning. h5 was nice, trying to get the rook involved. I cannot draw arrows today. But trying to get the rook involved down the file. Yeah, and when your best move is queen takes d7 or queen d1 to stave off mate by a move, not looking good. Okay, so decent session. Yeah, giving up that repetition, and then especially this last game derailed things. But overall, I think I played all right. And like I said, I am confident that I can get above 2,700. I think it'll happen. I don't know what my peak blitz rating is. Pretty sure I've been over 2,700 before. Let's check. Yeah, 2765. Oh, not that long ago. This year, actually. So, yeah, I'd love to regain that rating level, and most importantly, to play with some of the 27 and 2,800 guys and girls. a little more consistently. I think that would be nice. But I love to get games like I had in that fourth game against TJY Chess, 2800, fast, quick, pretty sharp player. So that was a nice challenge, and thanks to all my opponents today. All right, so once again, this is kind of a holiday edition of using the clock as a weapon. Before I sign off, I wanted to give a shout out to, first of all you guys, the viewers. I especially appreciate you. I want to tell you my appreciation of you around the holidays. It's kind of a sentimental time of year, right? But thank you all so much for watching my videos this year. Hopefully 2021, New Year's is coming up, will be a better year for everyone. I wanted to give a shout out to a couple of my students as well. So first of all, I've mentioned this on video, but that queen, that was gifted to me by my student Art. So Art, thank you once again for the nice pairing to the king. This is a fiberglass queen, and the dimensions are almost spot on with the king. And he actually said that he did a little triangulation. He didn't ask me specifically to measure the king or anything so he could get an appropriately sized queen. He did some triangulation based on a screenshot in order to find the right size of the queen, and it's like dead on. So still figuring out my arrangement here, but thanks again, Art. I wanted to give a shout out to my student Tim, who sent me an amazing gift. So there is an artist, I believe, in Portland, Oregon, who does these cool visualizations of chess games. Okay, so this is a game that I played visualized, and this is Bartholomew versus Shabalov from the Foxwoods Open in Connecticut, 2003. And Tim had asked me some months ago what I consider to be one of my best games, or if I had like an immortal game. And I singled out this one. There's a little synopsis on the back, actually, about this game. You can maybe pause the video if you want to read it. But it talks about the circumstances in which I played this game. Basically, I was 16 years old at this time, and Alex Shabalov was the reigning U.S. champion in that year, and I felt I played a great game here. I was white in a Sicilian. I'll post the link if you guys are curious. I actually did some annotations and posted on my chess.com blog many years ago, and it's just a game that stands out given my age and the fact that he was U.S. champion and really in top form at that time. And I think it's a good example of my style too. So yeah, Tim, thanks so much for this. I'm going to treasure this forever. So really, really cool. And do check out the artist as well if you guys are interested in this. I don't have any connection to this artist, but immortalgames.us is the website. And now finally, this just came the other day, and this is super neat. So you chess history buffs will really appreciate this. I have a student, his name is Jay, and I've been working with him for a couple years. Awesome guy. Jay, I really appreciate you, man. Yeah, you've just been a big supporter of me and my content, and I just love working with you. So he gifted me a 1913 edition of the book A History of Chess by H.J.R. Murray. A 1913 edition, and I don't know how well this is going to come out on the webcam. You can't see it, but this is, you know, that famous chess set that they found, I believe, in the caves of Iceland or Scotland, maybe. I believe it is one of the pieces from there depicted on the cover. As you can see, I have not had a chance to read this book yet. It's quite lengthy, but amazing gift. This is a book that took the author 10 years to write. So a decade of this author's life spent in writing this. And again, it came out in 1913. Original edition. The author actually learned Arabic in order to write this because he really wanted to trace the roots of the game of chess. So such a cool thing to have on hand, and I'm going to try to read this book in goes when I get a chance. It's going to take a while, but again, Jay, really appreciate that. So cool that you hunted down an original copy of this, and this is another gift I'm going to cherish forever. So once again, thank you to everyone out there who's watched my videos. Let's continue getting better at chess together and enjoying this game. So enjoy the holidays, everyone. I'll probably be back with another video or two, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye. Take care.